Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I am scrapbooking this photo of my husband, which I think is an amazing photo of him. This is from when we visited Solvang down in below us, I guess, in California. And the reason why I'm doing this photo of him is because I brought these into my scrapbooking room. Now, you guys have heard me say for a while that I want a new pair of scissors, that I don't really need a new pair of scissors, but I wanted a new pair of scissors. So he apparently listened, and I got these in my stocking. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to scrapbook a lovey photo of my husband to celebrate the fact that he got me scissors for Christmas. Makes sense in my head. Hope it makes sense in yours. Let's see what I can do. All right, guys, so I'm starting out with the Tiny Heart stencil, and I am going to use some liquid pearls. These are one of the items that I'm trying to get used up, so I have more room in my room for stuff that I truly love. And liquid pearls is a great product. It's just not something I truly love. You also might be thinking, oh my lord, Sandy, you are stenciling yet again. Is this all you ever do? Yes and no. But in this case, the stencil is not the star of the show. The stencil is the background. And quite frankly, for this layout, you could have done some packaging technique, some mixed media, some stamping. You could have just left it plain, or you could have used an additional more patterned paper than I used. But I will say I love stencils. I love them so much that I create them, cut them, and sell them, you guys. So stencils are always going to be a part of my channel because it is something that I love. And honestly, I know that I have some people that have told me this year that they are thinking about starting their YouTube channel and they don't know if their stuff that they make is going to be quote unquote good enough. Let me just tell you guys, you do you. Like, do the stuff that you love and keep going. Because if you are just creating a YouTube channel to make money, yeah, unless you are one of the super channels or people are clicking affiliate links like crazy, which doesn't even take up the fact that that money that comes from YouTube revenue. Unless you're something like that, you're not, YouTube is not like a substitute for your full-time job. It's just not. Are there people that are on YouTube and that's what they do? Yes. But you're not just going to start out and it's not just going to be your full-time job. So I say all of that to, if you want to create on YouTube, if you want to join like the YouTuber community, then create what you love. Create the layouts that you like, create the projects that you like, and put them up on your channel. Because if you're just creating projects for likes, or you're just creating projects to make revenue off of them, like, people are going to realize that you're not being your authentic self. People are going to realize that they'll be like, what the crap is this? So yeah, I mean, let's be real. Sometimes you can create a layout and you're being your true self while you're scrapbooking and people are like, what the crap is that? But that doesn't matter because you're still being true to yourself. I probably should actually look at what I'm doing right now so I can talk about it. That's another thing. Sometimes I chat and forget to talk about what's on the video, but you guys can see what I'm doing. So, like, you know, this ATG is a nemesis. Nemesis. So that's how we say nemesis in our family. But it definitely has nemesis vibes. The little rolly, the second spinner isn't spinning, so the tension is wrong in it, and I have to fix that. So I do eventually give up and grab the other pink ATG, and I just have to adjust the tension. But I don't have a screwdriver in my scrapbook room, which is weird because I have lots of random things in here, but not a screwdriver. So I will tell you that I am working on top of the liquid pearls through the stencil. I am working on top of that while it's still wet. I didn't set it aside to let it completely dry. So I will get a couple little smudges and things like that, but honestly, that doesn't stress me out. So if it stresses you out, I'm so sorry. Just pretend that I have let that dry completely. So as you can see, I distressed the edges of those 3 strips of paper, and I did have to change the strips of paper because I did not want the background of that heart to be on top of the same kind of pattern paper. So I end up putting the flower up at the top, which works out great because you see, I feel like you see more of the flower paper now than you did before, because I do end up putting a lot of stuff down here on that kind of burnt red, burnt orange color paper. I don't know what to call it. It feels like it's a burnt red or a burnt orange. I did get a new cover for my iPad. I got a new iPad, which is fantastic because my iPad was dying after using it for 20 minutes. And, you know, that's not good battery life, people. But I also got a cover for it, and it is like a, I don't know, it's not a regular cover. It's like a feels like paper cover. I don't know, something weird. So it does make the colors on my screen a little bit funky. So hopefully everything is turning out great for you guys. I do have these chipboard frames, and as you can see, there's a little cutout, not on purpose, where the heart stencil didn't go through. So I decided to fill in that space with this decorative piece. So it's the chipboard, and then I filled it with the floral paper. Now, I will tell you guys that the floral papers next to each other here don't bother me like it did where the heart was layered over top of the same pattern paper. I think it's because there's enough of a break and there's enough of different patterns and things that it isn't screaming at me, oh my word, like I'm super close. So it's just not bothering me. I am going to add a little bit down here to the bottom. The little word phrase says smile. It's Saturday, because this actually was on a Saturday that we went down there. And I'm just adding in little bits to go ahead and make kind of a cluster. So I've got this kind of this big, thick diagonal line of embellishment going on here. Now, you might be looking at this and being like, wow, Sandy, there is a lot on this page. And you know what, guys? There is a lot on this page. There is a lot going on this layout. Sometimes I love a page that has a lot going on. More is more. And less is more. And this is one of those moments where more is more. So I can't sit there and say I'm always a more is more scrapper, because sometimes I do go pretty simple and flat, but sometimes I just like to keep going. Plus, I felt like this page was really looking awesome, and it's makes me happy because I think it's a great photo of Christopher. And oh my word, you guys, I love this man so much. He is it. Like, he is just, I can't even describe how much I love and appreciate my husband. He is my best friend, and I would rather be with him than anyone else in the world. So I liked being able to sit here and look at his smiling face and scrapbook this photo of him. And that might be a little too mushy for some, but that's just the way I feel. So there it is. I did put on that chipboard that says, "You are my sunshine." And what I did was, with the pop foam, just place it on either side of where that chipboard heart line goes through it. And then I'm going to add in some enamel dots as kind of a finisher. Now, "You are my sunshine" isn't just some random chipboard phrase that I put on there. Christopher has sang "You are my sunshine" to me way back a long time ago, since we were dating. So It's always something when I see it, if I can put it into a layout subtly when it's about, you know, lovey-dovey and loving up my husband, I do. But it's not something that I am doing super overtly. Do you know what I mean? I hope you know what I mean. So I am going to add on a couple of these puffy hearts just to add some more because, you know, more is more, like I said. I was thinking about adding that key that you saw me kind of dancing around the page, but it didn't really go because it was black, and I don't really have any black on this layout whatsoever. So, didn't want to add that in. Anyway, guys, here it is. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.